everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing Boros Manufacturing. I just saw that this did well in a challenge on MTGO. It got second place, so we kind of went back, took some inspiration from it, made some changes to it, and we're going to be playing this. If you don't know what weapon manufacturing is, it is an enchantment that cares about artifacts. Whenever a non-token artifact you control enters, create a colorless artifact munitions. When this token leaves the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target. And this has, it makes like a token artifact, which we can benefit by playing like Caretaker's Talent. So we're drawing off that we can make a copy of it for free. Not free, I guess 1 white mana, but basically make a copy for free and then draw additional cards later. But then you kind of play the Extruder, which when it enters deals 2 damage to any target, and then we pay 2 mana to sacrifice another artifact, most of the times being a munitions token, making a 3/3 on our opponent's end step, and then popping a creature that we need to. You can see this in a very good example when we play against blue-black Dimir mid-range, because they were playing a lot of X2 creatures. Got really cool. We got to do a really sick play also with Torch the Tower, where we actually sacked a munitions token to deal like 5 damage to something. Because this deals 3, the munitions token also goes away, and then it does 2. And then we had the Extruder enter and deal initial damage out the gate. So Torch the Tower removed a 3 toughness creature. Legion hit a 2 or 4 toughness creature, and then the munitions going away. Then hit that 4 toughness creature for 2 more, removing both creatures from the game, which was really nice. Other than that, we have Pinnacle Starcage to kind of be a catch-all card early, and also kind of our combo piece later in the game with manufacturing. So when we've built up a ton of munitions, say we have 4, 5, 6, or 7, which you will see in the video as well, where our opponent unfortunately doesn't block, I gasp really loud, and then we play a Pinnacle Starcage, eating all of the munitions, and then getting exactly lethal +2. So that's very cool. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and dive into the game, show them off a bit, and see how strong this deck can truly be. Land. Well, how do we get around this? Thoughts? Okay. Am I carrot caking or am I weaponing? Pinnacle, I guess. Or not Pinnacle, it's Caretakers. Or, Jesus, my lord. Carrot cake, bro. Let's carrot cake. Pinnacle, cage, whatever. Holy, bro. The problem is they can give it menace, which just beats everything I got. You know what I mean? There's just nothing I could do. Weapon manufacturing, I wouldn't make enough tokens in time. Just do nothing. We're just really hoping there's no 3-drop. Double strike for 6. I mean, if I lose on their turn 3, on my turn 2, because I played a carrot cake and I explode, then I explode. You know what I mean? Hey, I don't know what else there is to do about that. Nice. Hi, sure. It's here, then here. Ruckus. Ruckus. Let's set this up. Yeah, I have to set that up, unfortunately. They play a haster, we're screwed, but... And the deck my opponent is playing can end the game on turn 3, which is crazy. So now we're kind of in that sweet spot where we play this tapped, play a Caretaker's Talent, and then we just pass, holding up this torch. Because we can sack the weapon munitions, which will then do 5 total damage. So like a card that can grow something's toughness pretty well won't work like this. Wild Ride being the first card on the cast is kind of crazy. What just happened? Okay. I'm not prepared for that to happen, actually. Here. I prefer not to target myself, to be honest. Fail here. No, I guess. Go ahead. Gains haste. Like, 6-shot had haste. I feel like we should have ruckus, no? Oh, I guess it's white. Let's see. Here. I have 4 mana to do what I want. Pass. What I want to do is I want to sack these in response to any creatures, like a slick shot, for example. I don't know if they know that there's not a whole lot they can do here. Gonna have to have higher toughness than 2. Huh? Yeah, I would say with no creature higher toughness 2, firebending student being 2, slick shot being 2, which is their main one, Emberheart Challenger also being 2. The thing is, unless this, if they have to have an instant speed, this is sorcery speed. Wild Run's also sorcery speed wherever it went. It's also sorcery speed. So they would have to have like an instant speed spell, but they would have to have 2, right? Because then when they cast it, we would just sack this again, targeting it again. And then even if it kind of resolved or whatever, it's still 4 damage on it. We have 2 blockers and we're probably okay, but that would have to be a ground creature. Good option against what seems like a control deck, obviously. You can counter this. That's great for us. Sure. Deal. It countered my 2 mana ramp accelerant. If you wouldn't counter a Farseek, you would never counter this. A shock? You counter this? You don't have the mana for 3 steps ahead. So I don't know if you shocked for that. They might have, but they only had 1 blue. Now they have 2 blue. Sure. So the shock is interesting, obviously, because of a few things. A little part of me wants to get the weapon manufacturing down, but I think it's get the card that's expensive down to resolve. You could Ultima me or something, but this is where this card gets really good, so we're going to keep a second one. Because this just makes 3/3s over and over again, and it forces them to kind of Ultima you. They do it now, then great, right? Then that clears the way for us to weapon manufacture, play Legion Extruder, do a lot of damage. Caretaker talent looking like it's about to get popped. Sure. Gives us free artifacts to remove. So that's always nice. They now have 3 steps ahead available. So I have to shock here. Obviously, the damage isn't the biggest thing in the world. Let's jam weapon manufacturing. 6. Okay. Interesting. Here. It is an enchantment, so a Get Lost can target it as well. Okay. Go ahead. Getting an Ultima would be like okay, but it doesn't actually get rid of this. And that's why this card's so weirdly good in this deck, because it doesn't fit the artifact theme. This makes 2 creatures. Don't want Pinnacle here. Not when we already have one. Now I have 4 damage on board. And we go ahead and we move to combat. Back for 4. Can weirdly get around that, which is crazy. What do you block here? This card's really good against us, so we actually have to take it out. Deal. Be good for me. Go carrot cake. The reason why we didn't prioritize the weapon or the Legion is because, again, if they do Ultima us, we want a card that's able to come in, stack a token, make a 3/3, right? We want to be able to do that over and over again. If they Ultima us and we lose a carrot cake, then sure, we're not that heartbroken about it. Red, white. So a Get Lost seems available. A Helix seems available. Kind of a little bit of both. We'll see if they play an island or not. They play a tap one. They're at 7 mana, so they're at the sweet spot. Combat. Been pretty reactive at dealing with my creatures thus far, but let's jam here. Again, they could Ultima me, but until they do that, I was really hoping to find like other weapon manufacturings in that pile instead, but unfortunately we did not get there. What a combo. It is a free draw, of course. Enters exile target non-permanent opponent controls. Okay. They have 7 mana. Go to combat. I just don't think I'm worried about anything right now. Obviously, they can cast the Jeskai card and gain some life. Which it looks like that's what they're about to do. Deal 4. Oh, please. Please mess up. They deal 4 to me. You're so smart. So if they would have targeted multiple things, we actually had a way to remove everything, which would have fizzled this card. But that's okay. Gonna block. No block. Okay. Sure. Do I have it? No, I don't. Tough, man. Here. Go here. Get a copy of a guy. Then do this now so I have like no fear of just exploding next turn. They could Chico me, obviously, and then that can cause some problems with like stock up and Helix and whatnot. I was hoping to Pinnacle, play the Legion Extruder from my hand, and then activate it, but I'm gonna land short because of how kind of everything will work out with that. We'll see. We will see indeed. What's going on with my hair, bro? What do you got for me, opponent? This time I don't have the mana to kind of dodge everything, which sucks, but it just is what it is. I am 22 cards deep. Have I seen many lands? Like, were any of these lands from my Battlefront? Could have been, I guess. I feel like on 24 lands, I have very few. But obviously, with the way Battlefronts work, because I did cast 2, I think. Like, I could have just shoved all the lands to the bottom. I wasn't really paying attention that deeply. Abrade, Chico, Abrade, maybe? With Chico being an option, we will establish a Soul Guide Lantern. So my opponent can't just, like, get freebies here. They might go for a Helix on this. We'll force him to do it before we do anything. Oh, sick. Combat. Here. 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 Multiple manufacturings. My phone dinged. I'm sorry if that came through. Not your phone, it's mine. Let's grab stock up, I suppose. I mean, we're going to exile everything in their graveyard. We're not really going to let that happen anytime soon. And then we will just pop a map, go here. Could have done it on the 3/3. Sure. Like a good card to keep. Although there is one slight fear of this on top is because we brought up our land situation. Unless we shuffled a lot of lands to the bottom in like these piles. We're just in a weird spot. Okay. Sure. What are your targets here? My 2 tokens? Alright. Huh? Here. My turn. Our options are different. I have 3 mana. No more lives will not get me right now. Building a bit of a munitions army down here. Combat 3. Pinnacle could get countered here, so I feel like playing it's bad. Especially when weapon or Legion Extruder does 2, makes 2 more, and then we can start popping them with those. And also just doing them now makes extra 3/3s while also dealing 2 damage. There's an Ultima. Ultima does exile itself. So we will pop the Soul Guide Lantern. What are you targeting? That? Doing 4 to me? This is basically a tap out situation here. So what I can do is I can do here. I mean, they're going to draw some cards. So I might as well pop this anyway, right? Which will make the creature after. I don't know what they return. You can return munitions. That'd be great. Not this. I meant like the actual munitions. So... Sure. Right? That's fine. Yeah. 4, they make 2. Yes. I think I do want to sacrifice this and just exile their graveyard because it feels like the right play. I can always do that later. I'm having bad thoughts. So I have 10 damage on board. I play. I have 10, 12, 14. Man, if I had one more land, I could do it, right? Or actually, wait. Dude, I'm still short one land, actually. I should have used this to draw a card. Because what I could have done is I can go here. Or do I even need that? Because these make 2, right? So if I do this, I do 2, they're at 15. That makes 6 of these to deal 2 for 12. I play Pinnacle, it makes another one, and then I'm short by 1, I think. Is that right? 2, 6 to 12 for 14. 15, it's short by 1. Alright, well, let's see if they block. They didn't block, let's go! We get it, nice. There's no way, dude, they didn't block. They didn't put a 1/1 in front. We want the token to be made first. Yeah, no way they didn't block. Just look, we had 17 for 14, but because we did 3 damage, you'll look, they would, if they would have blocked the 3 damage, they would have lived at 1. That is crazy. On the draw, I feel like we're gonna get slammed, but sure, I'll keep. I can feel one way, and then the game can go entirely another, obviously. Oh, yeah, I'm ready for another 40-minute game with my favorite companion, blue-white control. Play a tap land. Mauled, you probably have a tap land. Be pretty cool. Oh, deal. Deal, deal, deal. We both play that card. I hope I don't see mine. What card do we try to get in now? Do we try to get a Caretaker's Talent down? No, let's play Weapon Manufacturing. Sure. Like, we know they have this, most likely, although they jammed a Rest in Peace, which is weird. Sure. If I get one more Seam Rip played against me, I'm punching a wall. No way. I say, do you have a Get Lost? You just have every 2-mana spell in your deck? Probably like a 1 of. Or 2 of, they have it. They have the Rest in Peace. They have a Get Lost. They have a No More Lies. Like, sure, bro. I guess. An enchantment, so I can't do anything about it. Let's pass. Thought about playing this, but I'm just going to use these map to make 3/3s. Nice. How about 3? I kind of want to jam this, but I feel like they have the counter spell. I got 3 steps ahead. Kind of surprised they didn't keep the Consult the Star charts. Enters exile target artifact or creature. Okay.
More heroes for the cause.
Interesting. I can double Legion here, pop, and then answer Elspeth. Although I almost feel like doing the Dust Rose is better. Because again, I don't want to lose all these to Ultima. Ah, bro, I ain't playing scared. They're playing Covert's list. Covert Good Blue. He started cutting Ultimas, only playing 2 or 1. So they pop them all, and it's over. It's okay. Alright, Biza. Sure. 1 mana available. I don't really want a Pinnacle here. I don't really want to go for it. Alright. I may have changed my mind ever so slightly. These ones. I'm just at the point of I can't play around Ultima because I'll just end up falling way behind and losing. So, Team Rip, sure. You want that one? That one's got Ward. Don't even draw a card here. Just gain life and make some dudes, which is pretty okay. I bet. Cost me 8 mana to do. Then I'll make another dude here, which is pretty nice. Let's say remove this. And like we get a spell out of their hand, right? Pretty okay. All right. Okay. Leaves the battlefield. Okay. When are you gonna Ultima me? I can't handle it. Just gotta happen. Try 2. Oh boy. I'm really bummed about drawing my own Rest in Peace. I'm gonna be honest with you. Top, bottom. Sure. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think I'm almost to the point where like I'm gonna just start picking off these 1/1s so they can't slowly block, but I think getting the Biza out is way better, right? Has to be. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. Bargain. 5 damage. Sure. I bet. These ones. Pretty good way to catch back up in this game. After what I would assume is going to be a nightmare turn from my opponent. No. What effort will I do? Stack both these, make 2 more 3/3s on instep. Unless, again, of course, Ultima is like the only card I have to worry about these matchups right now. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. So they can do it and have 3 steps ahead. Brutal. Scary. Although, with rest in peace and stuff, I don't know. It's so weird. River region. Okay. Not my elo. You're back. Let's see if you got a counter spell, brother. No. Well, don't worry. I got nothing. I mean, I do make weapon manufacturing tokens, which is really nice, but land on top. That means I can map and grab it, then play it, which is fine, I guess. Although maybe I should have looked with the extra scry. Definitely still worth attacking here. Double block, they take 3. Go ahead. We can pop the carrot cake if we'd like. We can pop munitions if we'd like. Carrot cake will make a 1/1. Team rep. Gonna get my weapon manufacturing? How dare you? Always funny because, like, no matter what they target, I can always just, like, do the thing, I guess. But I'm just gonna let that go. I really only need 1 online. I say an attack here would be delusionally bad, in my opinion. But that's okay. Snare. We'll keep a snare. What if I do this? Wait. What if I do this? You start getting things to cascade here. Then I do that. Then I go to combat and I hit you for a lot. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then I pop the manufacturing tokens and went. Nice. Easy peasy. Here, maybe here. It kind of depends. Oh. Oh, mamma mia. Me that. Me that. One for here, maybe. Pinnacle's like fine, but it's really good with the Dust Rose. Unfortunately, Kaido is the vein of our existence in this deck. How's my mouse dying? My mouse is always dying. I just don't know how. They could Kaido me next turn, which is a big problem, but we're gonna surveil, see another land, Bennett. Or play a carrot cake. Here. Like the thing is they attack and then oh no. Getting a land here? Sure. On me. I thought we were about to see land play Kaido. Creature? Sure. So weird things can happen here, I guess. So for the weapons, I can pop here, do this. Pop here, make a dude. Artifact enter. Get rid of this. Seems good to me. I don't know. I actually really don't know. Well, no, this gets turned back on. I actually just wait. Sure. What are you targeting? Sure. Huh? Wow. Okay. I was not expecting that. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. You got me. Here. That draw. It's so annoying I have to play this or I have to play Graveyard Hate because in situations like this, it just feels so bad. Like, I'd rather a land or, I don't know, literally anything else, I guess, to be fair. But Kaido's still a problem, but weapon manufacturing can help answer Kaido a lot, at least. Can't be activated, right? No, it loses all abilities, so sure, I guess. Sure. Okay. So, I could do something pretty sweet here. It depends if the counter. Here. Nickel. They're not careful, this will get them. Might be like, oh, I get my preacher back. We want to make the creature, we want to make the artifact first. There's a reason why. So we get to kind of answer everything. Whether they realized that that's how that was going to work or not. Because I didn't end up needing this mana, but I was wanting to play around something. Sure. Okay. Bro, 3 preachers? Like, I can only answer them for so long. I want the token after. Here. Here. We have what? 4, 6 mana? This is 8 mana? We're actually getting really close to that. So that's pretty cool. Now I can kind of make 3/3s forever. Go ahead. Sure. That's ideal for us. Uh-huh. Oh, I take care of the creature. Now we have a blocker. Just protecting their life total the best we can. We'll slowly get there. Oh. Do I love a good torch play? Legion Extruder. Am I gonna love a good torch the tower play here? Here. Weapon manufacturing. Caretaker's talent. Am I gonna love a good torch play here? Torch the tower. Bargain. Here. Pop. Here. I'm gonna love a good torch the tower play, man. This is why this card can be so sick sometimes. You get to play the Legion. You do the 2 damage. You sack munitions. They play a Tidebinder. They think it's all good and dandy. They're going to counter that munitions. And then you just do the thing. Here. Yep. Yep. All seems good to me. And I don't know if they're rest in peace matters. I kind of just want to play it, but I also just want to threaten more cards in my hand, so I'll just pass. More cards I have in my hand, the better off, obviously. The idea is, and during... No way. No way I'm letting you curiosity me right now. Item me, curiosity me. You just want to be me. Obviously, I'm joking. Go ahead. I might do it. I guess rest in peace will matter against that card. Sure. You can Tidebinder this, I suppose. For a card. Because once this happens, like it's happening, so if they Tidebinder it, it'll stay. And then they'll draw a card and deal 4. Oh, yeah. It's all coming together now. Nice little double block for the timeline. You know, technically it's in a better spot there, but... little triple block for the timeline, actually. Okay, say, like, bounced one. Obviously, we'd run into a little bit of trouble there. Torch, so we can answer another one later. If I jam this, will they counter it? Will they interact with me? No, but I'll draw 2. My opponent is behind in value. And they're just not going to be able to beat a caretaker's talent. I just don't know if it's necessarily possible for them right now. Play land, and then, I mean... like, nothing. Pass. I just get to take it as slow as I want now. Yeah. That's fine. I just now get to pop this munitions and take out the 2/2 in the air. I get 3/3 in the process, draw 2. Bit tough for them to really get out of this. Like, we just make so much value over and over and over again. It's just gonna be so hard. Yeah, like we just never have to do anything. And I'm gonna play a land, and that turn I will establish my rest in peace, just to keep like all random weird doors out. Okay, so here we are with the kind of final list. Things I would change almost instantly is I'm going here and here. I think this has too many narrow targets. Unfortunately, it's kind of always been that problem with that card. So instantly, I will be swapping those because I want instant speed reaction against things. And then this not being instant speed, also being kind of weird off this. I understand like it's the idea to be playing this with this. It just felt too bad sometimes. So I'll immediately make that change. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was this way in the first place, but unfortunately, I even like crashed out. I was like, bro, I play 4 torch to the towers. How did I not have one? So I did definitely think that. This card is an interesting one where I think in the challenge list they were playing 3, but I wanted to drop it down in here because I feel like getting clogged up with a legendary artifact too many times is going to be bad, at least in Bessa one. But Pinnacle Starcade is nice. The snares are nice. And from the list I played forever ago, how do I even find that list? Oh boy. Where did was that a goldfish list? I have to go to my own channel. Hold on. Wait, pause. Everybody freeze. Everybody stop talking. Hold up. What? Wait. Everybody wait. I'm cooking right now. Weapon. This is, I don't know which one it would be. Please don't yell at me. No, this was a Moxfield deck. What did we have before? I was playing Market Gnomes and Lightning Helixes. Honestly, I'm looking at this. I might have been more about this. Let me pull this up. This is where we were. Been on this site before. Yeah. So this is what we were before. I can change it to pictures, right? The mana value, mana cost, and then visual grid. Yeah, so we can kind of look at it this way a bit. So we can kind of see. You can see we were way lower on lands. I'm on 24 in this list. We had authority, which isn't like the greatest thing in the world. It was good because we had spring loaded trap as kind of a backup option. But as you can see here, I was even on lower on the relic or dust rose. I wasn't necessarily there on that either. And then we had market gnomes and pixies to like kind of loop stuff, which I don't necessarily mind that. But I wonder if on this one that I did, I think it's the one I grabbed. The title of this is Mono Black Midrange, by the way. Yeah, so we did it a bit different. Yeah, this is where I did the sure shot one. Let me pull this. So this is the one where I did this creature. So the Wicked Perfect Shot. So if a non-source you would deals non-combat damage to a creature equal to that creature's toughness, draw a card. So if we did exactly, which 2 is really, really relevant, especially right now with Badger Mole Cub and things like that. So doing the 2 off, you know, Legion Extruder or the kind of tokens we make off this is pretty relevant. I do kind of like the way that this list was constructed, still on 22 lands, so we might end up dropping lands. But between these 2, I do like the Helix to add, and which I have here as well. But I think Tezzeret, we might actually have time to play now, whereas before I don't know if we did. Because it was just so fast. You have to remember this is also Screaming Nemesis era and kind of the Corey Steelcutter era. It was also like a right before Vivi kind of came out. So it's a bit weird of what these decks were doing initially. So this is kind of what the process was when going through it to settle eventually on this where we're at now. So we got the Battlefronts, we got Pinnacle, we got Snares, we got Caretakers, which is kind of one of those cards we weren't really too in depth. We didn't really play the Iron Crag. We didn't have such a dominant graveyard deck that we needed to interact with it pretty hard. That definitely caused some problems. Playing a Rest in Peace means we have to not play Spring Loaded Trap unless we want to craft with an artifacted play. But the reason that card's kind of good is because it Spring Loaded Traps with the card in the graveyard and then comes back. Things like that obviously kind of caused some conflict. But as you can see, no authority in here because it's just weirdly not worth it right now to play Authority of the Councils. Maybe like a one of. But at the end of the day, Terror of the Peak still does the damage. So we play the Graveyard Hate instead. But you could argue that maybe we're a bit more aggressive on a Graveyard Hate. Maybe go down Rest in Peace, play a couple more Soul Guide Lanterns. Just because they're kind of pop whenever we need it to be. Rest in Peace can always be answered and then they can mill stuff out later. But yeah, overall the deck felt fine. I think we went about even. Those were the most, I think I only have 4 games for this. I played a couple of games before, made some tweaks, lost some games, and then I started like recording. And then we lost some game where I lost to somebody playing a Doorkeeper Thrall. I was like, all right, they played it. I basically took a turn and I was like, do I have anything at all? And it's just Arena being Arena where I have never played like against a Doorkeeper Thrall in 2-3 months. Like I played against Doorkeeper Thrall in Modern before I played against it in Standard. But every single thing, artifact, requires an artifact ability, which Doorkeeper Thrall stops. Artifact doesn't do anything. Artifact doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. Requires me to make tokens, but if none of these do anything, I can't do anything. So at the time, I was reliant on 3 Torch to Towers, and I had used 1 to answer a 1-drop that would be more likely to be a Horus deck. And then I got Doorkeeper Thrall. So I lost that. I just cut it because I was like, yeah, dude, sure, you got me. You played a random card in best of 1 and got me. No, it just is what it is. But at the end of the day, I think our lane count is a little high. I felt like I was flooding quite a bit. Obviously, you want a higher lane count with United Battlefront, but I feel like we're so low to the ground most of the time that we can kind of get around this. But then there were a couple of times where I wanted a lot of mana because I was doing a lot of shenanigans with this. But that was also because I had this in play and I was wanting to draw and do a lot of weird things like that. So it's a bit weird. I liked it, though. I enjoy playing this deck. I think weapon manufacturing is one of my favorite cards to be playing around. It can be very annoying to play against because you kind of always have this weird lingering feeling that you're just going to randomly explode one turn, which is kind of true. But overall, you're most likely safe. You're probably fine. But with that, we'll call it there. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.